Wrong camera. Wrong camera. The weird introduction. There were a lot of antics to start this video off. Because I got the wrong file, then I started another one, and then it turns out I already did that one with Nick, and then I've just been running around. So this one I've definitely not done. There's 2 hours and 20 minutes in this video. The music is going to be in there, so if there's a copyright strike, this video might get taken down at some point, because normally what I'll do is I'll download the video from YouTube and put it in DaVinci so I can scrub out the audio and stuff like that, or scrub out the music and stuff so there's no issues. But we're just going to do this one raw. Sorry. It's been a lot. I just scrapped like 7 minutes worth of video footage because I just came out and go back. So let's actually debunk some ghost videos here.
When he saw his wife standing out in the yard, staring up at the full moon, he grabbed his phone and went out to join her, the two of them taking a moment to appreciate how nice the sky looked that night.
How's it going, everybody? How are you doing?
Until a strange siren.
How are you doing? Having fun?
From somewhere far.
Come here often?
They both stopped and listened.
You new around here? If you're new around here, you should subscribe. We debunk ghost videos. Nick debunks ghost videos angry. I debunk ghost videos like I've been on some kind of substance that makes me crazy. But usually it's because I'm debunking these videos after I get off work, and I'm usually really excited to not be at work. So, was that it? Was that...
It's been a couple questions.
Was that the paranormal? Was that it?
What?
That's it? That's the I don't even know what I could say about that. You know what that sounded like? It sounded like they took a lamb and they turned it into an air raid siren.
Comes again, long and warm. The tone, the pitch, the way it seemed to shift directions made it feel like something else was moving out there in the dark. They stayed outside.
Maybe it's a fox, or maybe it's like a deer or something like that.
Keep listening.
It sounds...
Left them wondering if
it sounded like an air raid siren version of a lamb screaming.
From the night before.
You know, the bah!
His wife decided to clear their heads with a walk through the woods on a daytime date. The trail was quiet. Just the sound of birds and wind moving.
Daytime, I was like, oh, they went to go clear their head by walking out into the field in the middle of the night, where they heard the weird scream.
Was joking until
you know what I mean? I can see up your nose.
Just walking through the woods.
It's not nighttime, so it's not a big night.
Yeah,
Okay, they are not dressed to hike.
At the same time. What?
You hear that?
No. Is that footsteps? Do you see anything?
You're in a public space in a forest. You can be hearing squirrels, you can be hearing deer, you can be hearing all manner of woodland creatures walking around in the environment. Just because you are a human in there doesn't mean you're alone, okay? There's bloody frogs that can make footsteps noises, you know what I mean? I find it pretty silly that they've that they're filming this and being like, oh, this is clearly paranormal too. You're in a freaking forest, okay? You're in a field, in a forest, in a public space full of animals. You know what else too? You're walking through a wet forest, a damp, obviously late autumn or early autumn forest, okay? So even your footsteps alone, they're probably putting pressure on the ground, and then as that pressure releases, it's creating phantom footsteps behind you as the sticks and twigs and everything that you've been stepping on, you know, rebound. That's stupid.
Turn around.
You're stupid.
Nothing on the path. Silently, realizing that
this guy kind of looks like he belongs in like a Marvel movie. He's got really good pecs. Really,
the atmosphere shifts fast as Pete and his wife stand frozen on the trail, still trying to figure out who or what those unseen footsteps belong to. That same unsettling.
You noticed it too.
Sound they heard the night before echoes through the.
He looks firm.
To move through and keep quiet with all the leaves on the ground now.
But he is dumb.
When it snows, It might be easier to walk around out here.
Yeah.
Can we go home?
When it's
It starts faint, deep.
what is that? What is that? What is that from? What there's a meme, you know, it's like from an anime or something like that. When something spooky happens and this sound happens, it's a freaking meme. Listen, I could sit here all day and try to explain to you why this is stupid. But if you've been on the channel for long enough and you've watched enough videos, I feel like just by proxy of being around Nick and I, you could probably come to a conclusion on your own. Sans that, removing Nick and I from the equation and you just being a normal human with an average intelligence or higher, you could probably tell that pretty quickly that this is added in post, okay? The sound that we're hearing here, like I said earlier, it sounded like maybe like a lamb, like a lamb screaming or something like that. It sounds like, let me just grab some creepy sounds off of the internet and then pitch adjust them as I watch this, or as I, you know, overlaid on top of this video. It's so disingenuous. Like, listen to it again. I'm gonna back it up just ever so slightly, and we're gonna listen to it again. And listen, man, just watch.
His wife stand frozen on the trail, still trying.
I'm gonna see if I can do a
figure out
gag
who or
here.
what those unseen footsteps belong to. That same unsettling siren-like sound they heard the night before echoes through the woods.
It's gonna be harder to move.
See if I can do this.
Quiet with all the leaves on the ground now.
Is it smart enough?
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
When it snows, it might be easier to walk around out here.
Yeah.
Can we go home?
It's just, it sounds like some stupid anime. Like, it sounds like the sound effect from an anime. Like, almost like if I were watching something like Dune, you know, and you can hear the cries across the sand or something. It's really stupid sounding. It does not sound like it is reverberating through the same forest. And the pitch of the sharpness of that audio does not match the muffled nature of your microphone, the sound of your footsteps, the audio environment that you're in, or any of that shape, any of that, you know, it would be very obvious if that was happening in this forest. The way that it echoes through the trees, the way that it reverberates off of the trees, the way that the sound would be muffled by the terrain, by the leaves that have fallen off the tree. None of that is being applied here. It is perfectly crisp, perfectly clean, like almost as if it's coming from above the forest, and you're just like it's raining that sound down onto you. There is no interaction with the environment whatsoever. It is very clearly added and posted. And if you think that we're stupid enough not to know that, you're a fucking idiot.
What is it?
Follow them? What does that mean?
I don't know, but we should really get out of here.
As they walk deeper into the as she sleeps.
Oh no, there's more. We're howling for you.
Was at work completely alone that night, the only person scheduled in the building. When she
Oh, not this dumb bitch.
strange
Okay,
sound
this is gonna be a great video.
and she assumed
Yeah. Sorry, we're not watching this one.
where it should
The entire thing in this video, there's no paranormal evidence in this video.
incident.
The entire interaction, this entire video, her entire experience is based on a feeling that she has, and she hears like a xylophone toy in another room go off once. It's not paranormal evidence. It's we do not consider vibes to be paranormal evidence.
Oh, come on.
Canadian, eh? Well, come on, eh?
Cool.
This guy's Canadian. Brother,
On camera,
your door is not fully latched. It's warm inside. It's cold outside. That cold air is shrinking. Or other way around. I don't know. Point is, the door is open by draft.
packed up and left with a
It's a pressure change that pulled the door open. We're doing rapid fire. We're doing this quick. Besides, you're not here for the ghost videos. You're here for me and my Dr. Pepper Zero.
security can get kind of spooky. The guard, who hated the job, and was only doing it because he was young, had always dreamed
He's only doing it because he's paid.
But for now, this was just
That's pretty much it. Listen, I do not work for any company for free, and I do not like any job that I've done. I've never once worked in a company where I've enjoyed my time at that company thoroughly until I have left that company, forgot the trauma, and think about it really, really like as the best time of my life. EB Games was like that. I loved working at EB Games, and the only reason I left was because I was getting a little fed up, and it was also COVID, and I needed more money. I needed to earn a larger income to sustain my apartment, and I felt like I needed to move into a second job. So I picked up a second job, and that second job started paying me so handsomely that I left EB Games because EB Games could not guarantee the amount of hours that I needed to pay my rent. But I look back at EB Games and I go, that was a great time in my life. However, I do also acknowledge the fact that it completely sucked dry my passion for video games. I did not want to play video games, you know, because of that, because of working there. And I recently got that passion back because I no longer work in that retail environment. And I do work in retail, but it's a different retail now. I work in a different environment, and I worked in a warehouse at night, which sucked the energy out of me, which meant I didn't have enough energy to play video games, let alone, you know. So I'm now back into a position where I'm enjoying my time playing video games, and it's a great time. But I do genuinely believe that EB Games is a great job. But the point is, what I'm trying to say here is that people don't work, you know, security jobs and things like that because they genuinely enjoy that. They do that because it pays well, you know. So he's working in a security job, and a toilet flushes automatically.
The bathroom started making strange noises.
It's not strange noises, flushing sounds.
Turning on and off. So he went into to check. As soon as he stepped inside the actual bathroom,
bathrooms make flushing noises?
nobody was there.
So that is strange. That is very strange. That is high strangeness.
He chose to keep the job rather than
Listen, sometimes toilets will flush automatically on their own. There's very many reasons. Sensor malfunctions, automatic purge functions. There's a whole myriad of different reasons why your toilet would have flushed on its own. But ghosts is the bottom of that list.
And they had been haunting him from day one. His roommate Stephen insisted it was
This is really disjointed.
because Sean left his
Sorry.
windows cracked for fresh
I'm debunking all the ghost videos. I'm debunking them. I'm just talking a
to
lot
catch what was happening.
while I do it.
He set up a
And if you're here to watch the ghost videos, you need to go to the guy's channel and watch the ghost videos. You shouldn't be here watching the ghost videos. You should be there. You're here for my commentary. So if you don't like it, hit the subscribe button. Hit the ring the notification bell. Drop us a like. Put it in the comments. Say you're a fucking idiot. And I'll be like, oh, thanks for the interaction, brother.
It rattles all the time at night.
It's also double XP weekend right now in Fallout, and I really want to go play it.
The suction
Nick and I are going to be running the EN06 raid. So if you guys play Fallout 76 and you want to join us, we're on PC, Steam.
it is
Drop your username in the comments down below and I'll add you.
1 o'clock
Then you can play with us.
in the morning, so I'm gonna place camera.
Oh, this guy. Yeah, this is a draft thing. So he sets up his camera and then goes to bed. Okay, so here's the problem with these. When you're looking at videos like this, let's look at this objectively, okay? So his objective here is to collect paranormal evidence, and we're looking at what looks like the entryway to an apartment or to a bathroom or to an attic space, a crawl space. There's two major principles at play here. One, when you are active in your house, you are running the heater, you're running the electricity, the environment is warming up or cooling down depending on what time of year it is. That can create a pressure differential between your attic space and your basement. Poor insulation between your attic is usually like completely insulated. Okay, they usually put insulation down on the top of the roof, like your ceiling. Like if you look up right now, you'll see your ceiling. Above that, there's like joists that run through your roof. They're usually 16 inches on center, something like that. That's walls, but you know what I mean? So there's joists that run through your roof. And then usually what will happen is they will insulate the layers, the different sections of the house, ground floor from the top floor to the attic space. And what they'll do is they'll put down some like fiberglass insulation or blow in some insulation or something like that to prevent the heat from your house or the cooling from your house from escaping your house and heating the outside air and causing your electricity bill to go up. Older houses that have draft issues, but basically in that attic space, there's a problem then because you've insulated the attic space. There's a big issue that's called pressure. Now, pressure needs to be able to exchange from the inside of your house to the outside of your house so that your house doesn't compress or doesn't crack or doesn't, a whole myriad of different issues, especially when the wind blows and that blows air up. So if you go outside and you go around the side of your building and you look up, what you'll see is typically in most Canadian houses, you'll see a sort of a grate, like a metal grate that runs underneath the eaves of the house. This is a ventilation system that allows air to exchange from the inside of your house to the outside of your house. Now, hot air rises, so it's not typically an issue in winter where you think, oh, cold air is getting up in there and freezing your attic. That's not usually an issue because what ends up happening is cold air settles because the density changes. So cold air settles down and hot air settles up. So it traps hot air in the top of your house and warms your house throughout the winter, sort of like how an igloo works. Now, the reason this is important is because the pressure in the attic can be completely different than the pressure in the house. Now, similar to let's say this Coke or this Pepsi Zero can here, the water is inside, or the pop is inside and wants to come out the easiest option, the easiest opening, which in this case is the mouth spout. Now, if I were to have a unopened can of Dr. Pepper Zero, all of that pressure wants to go out. If I squeeze hard enough, the top of the can is going to pop because this is where all the pressure wants to come out, correct? That is what we're looking at here, okay? We've got a whole bunch of pressure up here that is pushing on the door. You know, if we reverse that and all the pressure is down here, it's pushing on the door, that door right there. So that's basically what's happening here. There's an incredible amount of air pressure inside of the can, and it wants to force its way out of the easiest opening. And that easiest opening is a piece of like 1/4-inch plywood sitting on your roof there. So what ends up happening here is the pressure inside the attic changes. It gets the pressure lowers, and it creates a sucking force, and it's pulling all of the oxygen, all of the moisture, all the air from the inside of your house up through that opening, which is compromised. It's not airtight. So when that starts to shake, like it does in his video around 3 a.m. apparently, we can surmise that the air inside of his house has warmed to a point where it wants to push up, because when warm air expands, the molecules move away from each other, because much like us, we don't want to huddle for warmth in hot environments. So in this case, it's pushing up and that air is coming up. And the reason it keeps clapping instead of just constant pressure is because we have those ventilation systems on the eaves to prevent the attic from expanding or contracting with pressure. So all of that air is forcing itself up through the attic space into the attic and then down through the eaves to neutralize that pressure in the roof. And the reason it only happens in like intervals is because the pressure is neutralized between the two rows. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I will be here for the next 5 minutes. Hope that helped. If you guys need a longer explanation for that, try them off in the comments down below, and Nick and I will make a dedicated video explaining the physics of it. This could also be happening if the pressure difference is something like the pressure inside of the attic is low, again lower, pulling the air from the bottom. But if wind is blowing past those eaves and forcing air up, it's going to create a vortex inside of your attic, and that air pressure change is going to suck things up. It's going to pull things up, and in which case could be the attic door again. In any case, that is legitimately all I have to say about this. I'm going to cut the video here because, again, like I said, I'm going to give you it's about 4 o'clock now. I need to get online and start chatting with Nick, or we need to get ourselves ready for the events that we're going to be running today. And so, yeah, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to leave you now, but this isn't forever. I will see you on Monday here for a brand new video. If you guys like what we do here, if you guys have any suggestions for future content, please do chime off in the comments down below. Every single comment, Nick tallies up and then he does a scoreboard. I'm not sure how he's working on that right now, but we have our top commenters, and we have channel memberships down below if you guys are interested in those. We also have a merch store. Check that out. The merch in there is pretty cool. Nick designs all of it himself, which is awesome. I don't have any hand to play in that, but maybe in the future. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for subscribing. And thanks for coming back on Monday to see my beautiful face again. All right. I'll be seeing you in the next one. Take care. Peace.
We cracked the code. We broke the spell. Another myth debunked so well. Till next time, don't be deceived. Stay sharp, stay smart. Believe in what's believed. Truth wins out. every time. Truth wins out every time.